So yeah, the Great Resignation. I think when I first heard about it, it was during the first wave of the pandemic, really. So that was 2020, around the spring, around the summer.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, the big resignation. So it has like this big theme around it, so it's somehow mystical as well. But what
Yeah.
it is that at some point, or at least at the beginning of the pandemic, people usually they were used to going to the office 5 days a week. Every day stuck in their commute. They would go by car or by train or whatever, but every day they had the same rhythm. So they would go to work early, and then they would go to work. They would return to home late. But I guess what happened with the Great Resignation is that somehow a lot of people got tired of it. I think also, with COVID, a lot of people came to realize that, of course, maybe when their children were home because their schools were closed, they had to take care of their children as well, of their family. So I guess you're getting more of a family feel. I mean, it takes a pandemic to really appreciate what you got in your family. So I think that made people think, well, why am I doing this job? Why am I leaving at 7 o'clock and returning at 7 in the evening? I'm not seeing my children too often, only on the weekend. Is there some other way for me to still do my job with seeing my loved ones more? So then, of course, with the pandemic, it became clear that by the use of technology, for instance, by using Teams, Zoom, it is possible to work with people all around the world. You don't have to be in the office every workday, or at least for a lot of office jobs, I would say.
Yes.
So I guess, people just realized that there was another way of doing it. So that made people leave to organizations that did offer the things that they were looking for: a better work-life balance, being able to work at home, doing the same work in less hours, really, because you're not commuting. So actually, what the Big Resignation did is, I think the amount of people leaving their current employees rose with 50%. This trend kept on happening for more than a year. So it's pretty big when all of a sudden more than 50% of people that usually leave. I mean, it's increasing. So I guess that rang off some alarm bells with organization all around the world. And I think that's also combined, of course, with the great name, the Big Resignation. I think that's what caused really the hype around it, because I think at some point, like every major news article, news source was talking about it. It was a really big thing in HR. It still is. So